Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Linking Language with Ritesh Budden, and my name is Ritesh Budden. And in this video we are going to correct some very common mistakes that very often we make while speaking or writing English. We may speak very good English and we may write thousands and thousands of words in English, but at times we ignore some very important things and therefore we make mistakes. I am talking about subject-verb agreement. Before we continue, let me remind you to subscribe to my channel and please press the bell icon also so that you don't miss any latest videos from this channel. You can find the links to all my videos in the description below. Please go through that also. This video is going to be a great help to you, and don't stop watching this video in the middle. Watch till the end. What is subject-verb agreement? Subject-verb agreement refers to the fact that the subject and verb in a sentence must agree in number. In other words, they both must be singular or they both must be plural. In simple words, use of verb according to the number of subject. The verb must agree to the number of subject. Let us understand this with the help of some examples. We know that there are 5 forms of verb. Number 1, the first form of verb, V1. This is also called verb infinitive, or the basic form of verb, or the root form of verb. First form of verb. Now number 2, the second form of verb, V2. This is also called the ed form of verb, ed form of verb. Then next, third form of verb. The third form of verb is called the ed or en form of verb, ed or en. Then number 4, the fourth form of verb is known as the ing form, ing form. Then number 5, the fifth form of verb is the last form of verb and is known as s or es form, s or es form. Let's take an example. Go, G-O, go. The first form of verb go is go, and the second form is went. The third form is gone, the fourth form is going, and the fifth form is goes. Go, went, gone, going, goes. A few more examples of all 5 forms of verbs. Work, worked, worked, working, works. See, saw, seen, seeing, sees. Fill, filled, filled, filling, fills. Eat, ate, eaten, eating, eats. Sing, sang, sung, singing, sings, and many more. So initially in this video we shall cover the first and the fifth forms of verb in English grammar. Please listen to this very carefully. Though it seems simple, but it's very, very important. If the subject is singular, then we shall use s or es in verb. Example number 1, he goes to the playground every day. Goes to the playground. Number 2, she sings sweetly. She singular, then therefore sings. Then number 3, this tree grows. Tree singular, so therefore grows. This tree grows very fast. Then Mohan loves to play cricket. Then Sunita likes cooking. Sunita likes cooking. And now let's see the examples of the sentences in which the subject is plural. The subject is plural. And please remember that if the subject is plural, then we are going to use the first form of verb in that sentence. In other words, we shall not use s or es in the verb of the sentence in which the subject is plural. Let us understand this with some examples. Number 1. They go to the playground. They, plural, go. Therefore, go. They go to the playground every day. In this sentence, they is plural subject. And then number 2, they sing sweetly. Then they is plural. So therefore, sing. They sing sweetly. And then number 3, these trees grow. Not grows, but grow very fast. In this sentence, these trees is plural. And then number 4, Mohan and Sohan love to play cricket. And then next sentence, next example, we like cooking. In this, we, word we is plural. Please remember that with the singular subject, we are going to use s or es in the verb. But if the subject is plural, then no s or es in the verb. Got it? Now let's throw some light on the other very important auxiliary or helping verbs. Often people get confused in the use of these words, and these are, please listen to this very carefully, does, do, has, have, is, am, are, was and were. Please be very careful. We use does if the subject in a sentence is singular, and we use do if the subject in a sentence is plural. Does with singular and do with plural. Now examples of does. Number 1, Mohan does his work in time. In this sentence, Mohan is singular, so therefore does, Mohan does. Then number 2, he does not eat vegetables. In this sentence, he is singular, so therefore he does. And now examples of do. They do not like scary movies. In this sentence, they is plural, so therefore they do. And then we do not want to waste our time with slackers. In this sentence, the word we is plural, so therefore we do. Now let us move to has and have. Has and have. We use has in a sentence if the subject is singular, and we use have in a sentence if the subject is plural. Has with singular and have with plural. Please remember this. Has with singular, have with plural. Examples of has. He has a very big house. She has completed her work. Kevin has bought a new house. Vinita has been to Jaipur twice. So he, she, Kevin, Vinita are singulars, therefore has. Now examples of have. We have a beautiful collection of flowers. They have done it wonderfully. Next, you have got the best prize. The next sentence, they have a beautiful garden. So we, they, you, they in these sentences are plural subjects. Now let us move to the other auxiliary verbs. Is, am, are, was and were. We use is if the subject is singular. For example, he is my friend. Am is used only with I. For example, I am a teacher. Are is used with plural subject. For example, these are the best students. Was is used in the past tense with the singular subject. For example, Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States of America. Now, were. Were is used in the past tense with the plural subject. For example, we were the winners in the last year's cricket tournament. And now let's recapitulate what we have studied in this video. Please listen to this very carefully. Does with singular, do with plural, has with singular and have with plural, is with singular and am only with I, are with plural, was in the past tense with singular, and were in the past tense with plural. I hope that this video was helpful. Please watch this video over and over again to have a clear understanding of the things shared in it. It will surely improve your writing as well as your speaking skills. Please do subscribe to my channel, like this video and share it with your companions. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. All the best.